I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CTA's Daily Review. Today is January 31st, Wednesday, 2024. So, decided to wait till the last part of the day to take a trade, two trades. This is one of them here. And as you'll see, yesterday we were discussing that if we were going to break below, I'm showing you this trade now, but let me show you this first. So yesterday I was telling you if we close below this candle right here, then we would be running for this right here. And this is exactly what happened. While I was making the video, actually, it was dropping even more. So by the time it closed, it was obviously yesterday right there. So that is a big indication that we're coming down to wipe out what? Liquidity from, if you look at the 4 hour right here, all this liquidity here, and obviously the inefficiency in price. Now, I'm not sure if I mentioned this exactly right here. So you must watch yesterday's video so it makes sense. Here I was saying coming back to this level here is very obvious with this imbalance right here. And I'm not sure if I mentioned this 4 hour down candle, but hopefully it was implied and you understood that that's a target area. And this is an area of interest because when we look at buyer's remorse or seller's remorse, the reason why I'm telling you it's coming back down here is because anyone who is a breakout artist, generally investors, they'll buy as soon as it breaches that level, right? So, but on the 4 hour, you can see that if someone was to sell at this level, this green level, if they were to sell at this level as a resistance, when the price comes back up here and it retraces back right here, this is letting you know that, okay, well, they had an opportunity to get out. So where is the next level of interest if it's not this level, which I still think they're coming down here. But what's the next level of interest? Well, it's going to be right here, because right here you see the down candle. When down candles, they're buying, all right, and up candles, they're selling. So in general speaking, so right here to seal that inefficiency on this 4 hour would be right there. So that was a target right to it. And as you'll see, let's go here. You see that we did get right to it, right? So, and this is a minimum target if you are attacking the downside. So that being said here, you'll see that when we opened up, we also gapped down, and a pretty nice gap too, not like it's small. So because of that, we have lower low, we got a lower high, we got a pretty much ceiling up here, lower low here, excuse me, lower high, all right, lower low here, and then right here, this lower high. News comes out at 2 o'clock. So all this price action previously, I generally will trade and be done. But I knew what time it was. I knew what time it was because of the fact that we gapped the way we gapped. It's not like, again, we didn't close higher when I was explaining it. And we gapped low. And then the price never expanded above that gap at all. So I've seen this many times. This is what I call ranging out, meaning once it breaks down from a high level here, it will range out, meaning lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high type of thing. And this price will get protected, but then get built a lot of liquidity. So generally a news event, FOMC is the most perfect moment for this, is when so they rush the price down. It doesn't take out this low, and then the price shoots all the way up. Now watch this. This is not random for me. You have to understand this, the level of expertise and level of precision. I'm like a sniper waiting for that deer to get into that perfect spot, and it stops. I'm not shooting a running deer. I'm shooting a deer that stops. For example, in this case, this is a 5 minute, so 1 minute's going to make more sense. But the price shoots up. I've already got this highlighted, this imbalance on the 15 minute. You see that? There's a 15 minute imbalance with that gap. And I have 50% of the opening range. I don't have these opening range levels on my chart for fun and to look good, okay? There's a specific reason why I have it there. The price shoots up, and what does it match with? When you look at your setup and you're looking, you know, your gut, when you see price action printing and your gut tells you, yo, this is a perfect trade. You know, when you get that, you have to follow that instinct, number one. Number two, I don't even need to have instinct. This is a specific level going to. It stops on a dime at the high of that imbalance, which seals it. And generally, you'll have an imbalance. If you look at my previous videos in the past, you'll see the same setup where it's an imbalance there above liquidity, and then it ranges out after have dropping from below. And then a news event will push it right up to it. Now, here's what it did. Went right to that 15. So what do I have in a confluence? I have the 15-minute imbalance. I have the 50% level of my opening range level, which is right here. You see where it's the same exact level, yo. So like plus it just wiped out that liquidity. Now I can't mark my chart with everything because it'll just be messy, but I can pay attention when things are where they are, which I'll explain the buy here. But I'm just explaining that level to the specific point. Here you can see it on a 1 minute, it goes and it tags it and it stops. It's like, man, I hate when they do that. Just look at these three candles to the left here, right here. So the first one pokes up, which is the 2:45 p.m. The next one pokes it, hits it again. It's a little bit lower. And the next candle, this is the one I enter on. This is the 2:47 p.m. That pops up a little bit, it's weak, and it starts to change the state of delivery. I mentioned this in previous videos, where as soon as it goes bearish, it's a push of the button for me, like 100%. And it's all happening simultaneously. Sure enough, there it is. So big day for me. Right here, you can see I get filled at 17,478. So beautiful level right there. And as you can see that there. So where am I targeting? Obviously, you know what we've just discussed this whole video and yesterday's video. We're looking to get lower. So from here, so that's why I didn't involve myself with all this. Why? If I'm going to sit through this and get manipulated or whatever the case is, even though there were some decent trades, this wasn't like uglier. It was pretty easy, to be honest with you. But I know, and this is a little bit gambling in a way, but at the same time, I'm just trying to show off a little bit. But where am I taking this? Well, we're taking this to the lows here. For me, I have to screenshot it here because I know that bounce for the buy is going to be big, and I need to be able to be ready and precise. Here's the buy here. The buy. So I screenshotted it right there. So once it came down and broke this low, I was out. I didn't wait for it to come down here. I didn't wait for it to break that low. Taking this liquidity from the news was all I needed. That's that same 1 minute candle. When I screenshotted it, it was sitting here, but then ended up closing right here and I was done. So what does it do? Comes down. What am I doing? I'm waiting for it to hit that 4-hour down candle that I just explained earlier in the video. Sure enough, then that's what this line is. This blue line, that line is a demand block. So that block right there is this, obviously. So that 4-hour candle right there. So I have different levels of this candle. You obviously have the high of it. You have the middle of that wick. You have the open, which we ended up getting into the open. We got 50% of the body. That's where it actually stopped right now. Still, market's still open, but we did stop at the 430. We did stop at the middle of this block right here. So those are all levels for me. But if you take a look here, we do hit the top of that, and I'm looking for a quick buy. Nothing fancy. Not trying to take it all the way above. Where am I taking it to? I want to take it to a minimum of a break of support resistance or buyer's remorse. Meaning if everyone was buying here and it shoots down, I just got done telling you on the higher time frame, well, where is it logically to go to let them be able to get out, which is right here, this level. And that's called balancing price as well, and also fair delivery. And also with this big blue candle, you see this big stupid bullish candle right here? Well, we go underneath it. So once we're down here, I'm just giving you the preface before I show you the trade. This is a big, bold yellow candle, right? So there's inefficiency of price from here to here. Yes, this is a minimum target. If you're buying here with this setup, yes, this is a minimum target. Yes, that's a minimum target. And yes, that's a minimum target. And so is 50% of that wick. This is a 15-minute time frame. 50% of that actual wick of the up candle and the open of that candle. But look, it didn't touch that open. And this is why you want to take profit early. And I'm saying that because it does reverse there. So take a look. I screenshot it here on the 1 minute. I don't have it drawn out because I know I'm looking at that level. It's hard for me to be able to draw lines and then screenshot and then try to be on point and fuck all that. I'm going to take it. I'll do it after. You know what I'm saying? That's my whole point. But see how we come right to this level right here? Boom. And I take it. Also, since we're here, I have also... Now, again, I know how to use this indicator, okay? Number one. Number two, I work well in fast markets. I have trained myself over years in actually fast markets. So for me, this is like I'm in heaven because I know I can feel when it's going to turn. And plus, when you're using some of these indicators, this is an oversold area. This was an overbought area. As you see, we come all the way to the top there. Let me go back to here. You can kind of see it so see when it's touching here, this is another reason why I'm about to get out, because I don't need it to turn on a dime. But generally in this cases, they'll have oversold and bought readings. So with this, I also know that the price is sitting right up here. While this is here at this specific level, I know that this is overbought, super overbought right here until 1 minute. 30-second is really dope too if you know how to use it. That's actually, I do use it with the 30-second also. But I don't want to be involved in a trade if it's not having these readings technically. So, but yeah, price comes down here and I know that we're going to be reaching an oversold area. So price shoots down. Now you get to see this. This is oversold right here. When the price is stretched, so right here, like this price comes down, this candle comes down. Now we're tagging that 4-hour block, pops up. This next 1 minute candle shoots down right here, stops right here. And at this level, I know it's reading right there, right? Soon as it's popping back, quickly, and I'm also on a 30-second, so I can see that a candle has closed and a bullish candle is forming. But I'm in, and I got a good fill. 247.5. Look at that. And where am I taking it? As I was saying, up to this resistance level, because again, this was all bear. This was all bearish candles right here. This was even here was fully bearish. So when you see it that way, you can see the emptiness of space in here that has not been mitigated, right? So this is the explaining of this trade. So fucking dope, man. And as far as I'm concerned, I need to step back for a moment, but we have that gap right here. So this is definitely no bodies here closed. Do they say, does this gap, now let me tell you something. This gap can last for a long time, or it's going to be closed by this week. So we'll see what happens. But right now, Tuesday was the high of the week, and it's the end of the month. So anyways, so Wednesday, well, Tuesday, this is Wednesday, Thursday. Now this Thursday, come down more, get into here. I'll be more specific. I've got this outlined already. Does it wipe that liquidity out? Okay. And then fill up that imbalance there. On the daily, it's there. But on the 4-hour, it's more refined here. I can, should I put it with the daily? I'll just keep it that way for now. But do we come in to fill up this area here, which is this area here, right? And I like this more. And if it bounces off this inversion imbalance right here, that would be even more classic. So meaning if we open down, we bounce from here. I'm not sure if that's going to happen though, but if it bounces from here and then it comes back up, let's just say Thursday's the reversal and it comes back up because, everybody's selling here. And by then they would have balanced this price. Thursday reverses, Friday comes and it closes up here. So because this gap right here has no body. So they're going to want a body sitting there. And that's just my outlook and general gist, right? Let me see. Okay, I want to be done real soon. So that being the case, what do I want to do? I want to go look at S&P. Just look at the higher time frame. Not a coincidence. They also, oh, now that I'm thinking about it, this was also a failed drive right here. So I was saying that we might get 3 drives here. If you remember that video that I made, that's why I haven't been doing videos, because there's nothing new for me to tell you. It would have been nice if the yesterday's video I made it the day before, because I would have told you I ended up catching this sell all the way down right here, but I didn't mention it. But this was a failed drive, right? And this is a divergence, right, of both assets. So meaning ES made a higher high and then gave up, right? Sold down, and then now they came back to that gap that they have there. They got a gap on the daily right there. Yeah, see that? Right there. Not a coincidence that it's there. Probably will close below it. And then they got a little bit of inefficiency in price. So that's why this is supporting more Thursday coming down as a continuation, and then probably reversing at lunchtime, possibly New York Open, but I doubt it unless Asia run and go crazy. And a worst case scenario, maybe at the PM session, right? But also you can see the oversold up here when we were, overbought area. We have a lower high here. That's a very common pattern as well. It's underneath the 70, which was I'm talking about yesterday's high. So everything was aligning for this. It's pretty much in the cards, and now we're hitting this oversold area. You're expecting some price action like this, so it could be the next 2-3 days coming down, possibly still getting into here and then kind of reversing back up, right? So there's that. And then let's look at Dow real quick. And obviously Dow had a nice sell-off, but really strong Dow. Came right back to these down candles, almost the open of the whole week. So today you were looking for sells, man. If you didn't, I laid it out for you yesterday, but you have to be looking for sells. So where is the obvious sells here? As you see this, when it ranges out like that, it's a very common thing here. Lower high, lower high. Yeah, this is news, wipes it up, but boom, you're looking for sells here. So to get into lower pricing. Real quick, dollar and dollars playing around. Also still fucking, look at dollar, stupid. Came down first in the day and then pushed up, retraced, pushed up one more time. So that was kind of our kind of flow, but of us coming down, but dollars playing around. And the divergence is here. If I went to a daily, you could see it pretty clear. Or on a 4 hour, probably 4 hours better. And right there, see that? So I don't think I mentioned this yesterday either, man. I should have, but whatever. See that? Same idea how we pushed all the way up from here. Pushing down here. Divergence there, coming down. And that's about it, man. I want to be done so I don't make this video fucking long. You guys take care and God bless.